All right, let's get into it. Today, we are cracking the code of music itself. I'm talking about the secret language that connects literally every song, every melody, every chord you've ever heard. You've seen it, right? That musician who hears a song for the very first time and somehow just starts playing along perfectly? It looks like some kind of magic trick, but it's not. It's a skill. And the secret behind that superpower, it's all about understanding how notes relate to each other. So the key to this whole thing is something called a musical interval. That might sound technical, but all it is really is the distance between two notes. That's it. Think of them as the basic Lego bricks of music. Every single song is just a bunch of these intervals stacked together in different ways. Okay, so we hear these intervals in two main ways. On one hand, you've got melodic intervals. That's when you hear the notes one after the other, like a tune. The classic example is Twinkle, Twinkle. Then you've got harmonic intervals. This is when the notes are played at the exact same time, like when you strum a guitar chord. It's the same building blocks, just presented differently. Learning to hear both is really the whole game. All right, let's start with what I like to call your musical anchors. These are the intervals that just feel right. They're stable, they're clean, and they kind of give you a sense of home base in any song. So, the two most basic anchors, the unison and the octave. A unison is, well, super simple. It's just the exact same note played twice. An octave is that same note, but higher or lower. Specifically, it's 12 half steps away. A half step is just the distance from one key on a piano to the very next one, black or white. I love the analogy that it's like the same color, just a brighter or darker shade. And the reason an octave sounds so pure and kind of hollow is that the sound waves of the two notes literally line up perfectly. Now, the best way to remember these sounds is to tie them to songs you already know. So for the octave, just think of the first two notes of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. You know that big, clean leap in somewhere? Yep, that's a perfect octave. Okay, our next anchor is a big one, the perfect fifth. This guy is 7.5 steps, and it just sounds powerful. It's stable, it feels complete, and honestly, it's one of the most common and just plain satisfying sounds in all of music. And here's the best part. You know this sound intimately, even if you don't know its name. That huge, heroic opening of the Star Wars theme, ba, ba, that's a perfect fifth. The first little jump in Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, also a perfect fifth. And for anyone who's into rock music, it's the entire foundation of a power chord, that strong, open, epic sound. That's a perfect fifth. Now let's meet the perfect fifth's close cousin, the perfect fourth. This one's a distance of 5 half steps. It sounds bold, open, and almost regal. It really feels like it's announcing something important. So, where have you heard that grand announcement before? How about the opening of Here Comes the Bride? Yep, that's it. Or the first two notes of Amazing Grace. That strong, clear, kind of hopeful sound, that is a perfect fourth. Okay, so we've got our anchors locked in. Those are our stable, home-based sounds. Now, let's get into the really cool stuff, the intervals that give music all its emotional color. We're talking about the difference between happy and sad. And here's what's wild. Sometimes the difference between happy and sad is just one tiny step. Check this out. A major third is 4 half steps apart. It sounds bright, cheerful. Think of the beginning of Oh, When the Saints Go Marching In. Now, take away just one of those half steps, and you get a minor third. Suddenly, it's darker, more serious, like the classic tune Greensleeves. That single, tiny change completely flips the mood. It's crazy. And it's the exact same deal with bigger jumps. Take the major sixth. It's 9 half steps, and it's got this big, upbeat, swinging feel. You know the song My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean? That leap on My Bon, that's it. But, you guessed it, shrink it by 1 half step, and you get a minor sixth. And the feeling changes completely to something more longing, more emotional. A perfect example is the beautiful opening of In My Life by the Beatles. All right, so music isn't always about sounding smooth and perfect. Sometimes you need a little spice. Composers use what's called dissonance, basically notes that clash a bit to build tension and make things way more exciting. And this is a perfect example of that. A major second is just 2 half steps. It's a simple, normal step, like the first two notes of Happy Birthday. Pretty standard, right? But a minor second is just 1 half step. The notes are right next to each other, and they sound crunchy, tense. And you definitely know this one. It's the sound that created one of the most terrifying movie themes ever, Jaws. That da-dum, da-dum, that's a minor second at work. This idea works for bigger intervals too. The minor seventh, which is 10 half steps, has this really cool, mellow, kind of blue vibe. It's a cornerstone of blues and jazz. Fun fact, you can hear it in the original Star Trek theme. Then you have the major seventh. It's 11 half steps, so it's so close to being a full octave, but it's not. It sounds really airy and a little bit sharp, like it's begging to go up that one last step. It's a very sophisticated sound you'll hear all over jazz music. Okay, now for an interval that is so unique, so weird, that it gets its very own section. This is the ultimate sound of suspense and instability. Meet the tritone. So, the tritone is exactly 6 half steps. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, remember how an octave is 12 half steps? 6 is exactly half of 12. This means the tritone is sitting perfectly, symmetrically, in the middle of the octave. It's being pulled equally in both directions at once, so it feels like it has absolutely no stable place to land. And because this sound is so unsettling and tense, hundreds of years ago, it actually earned a nickname, the devil in music. Yeah, for real. It was considered so jarring that for a long time, composers actually avoided using it. But today, we use that tension all the time, specifically because it grabs your attention. It's that quirky, memorable opening of The Simpsons theme song. It's that aggressive, jarring sound you hear at the beginning of countless heavy metal riffs. And movie composers, they use it constantly to build suspense. I promise you, once you tune your ear to this mysterious, unstable sound, you are going to start hearing it everywhere. Okay, so theory is great, but how do you actually get good at hearing these things out in the real world? How do we turn all this knowledge into an actual skill? Well, let's get into your training toolkit. The most important thing is to keep it simple and do it often. So, number 1, use those reference songs we've been talking about. Seriously, link every single interval to a song you absolutely know by heart. 2, make sure you practice hearing them both ways, melodically, one note after another, and harmonically, played at the same time. And 3, probably the most important part, be consistent. A few minutes every single day is going to do way more for you than one long practice session once a week. And that's it. You literally now have the keys to unlock the secret language of music. You can start to really hear why your favorite songs make you feel happy or sad or pumped up. So my question for you is, what are you going to listen for first? What new secrets are you going to find hidden in the music you already love? Your musical adventure really starts now.